What's going on, guys? Breakfast Club CTG. We back in this beat. Today we're going over the top 5 things you need to know before starting CrossFit. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, tip number 1, and I feel like is the most important, biggest tip you can get before you start CrossFit, is knowing that you're not going to be an elite level expert athlete, nor do you have to be. Leave your ego at the door, be ready to learn, be ready to be coached, be ready to listen and just learn. Start from the very beginning for your first couple weeks, man. There's tons of lifts that are like very complex, technique based, that sort of thing. You want to build a foundation, you want to be able to move good throughout the movements and contract the right muscles, use the right muscles, that sort of thing. The last thing you want to do is get in here, try to push loads of weight incorrectly, hurt yourself, be out of the gym for a few months, not even be able to be active. That's just gonna ruin everything for you. So biggest important tip is you don't have to be an expert, nor do you have to. So boom, if you're intimidated by that or you're scared of that, no need to worry, leave your ego at the door. Alright guys, the next biggest piece of advice I can give you before you start CrossFit is asking questions. So as soon as you get in here, you're probably gonna have a trial session. They're probably gonna give you an introductory session, give you a tour around the gym, give you a tour of the box, what different things are for. They're probably gonna give you a little rundown of the pieces of equipment before you actually jump into a class. But like I said, don't be afraid to ask questions whenever you jump into a class and coaches recognize a new face. They're gonna start from the very beginning. They're gonna teach you all the fundamentals. They're gonna basically break down the movement from beginning to end, how you should feel, how it should look, how it should almost smell, basically. Not really, but be ready to learn. So the next biggest piece is just be ready to take in quite a bit of information, be ready to practice without weight, be ready to work on form, technique, and move very slowly through the movement. So you're not gonna be running through a full crazy RX level workout unless you already have those movements down and fundamentals. So don't think that they're gonna make you do some overhead squats your first session or first couple weeks in here. They won't do that. They're gonna go to at your pace, at your level. Obviously they're gonna push you to progress, but they're never gonna force anything upon you that you can't do or that you should be doing at that level. So you can feel confident that you're gonna be making the right progress, right type of gains, that sort of thing. Alright guys, the next piece of advice I'm gonna give you, by the way, these are all tips coming from my personal experience. I'm coming up on a year of doing CrossFit. I started from the very beginning, very bottom. Now I'm at that like RX level for my gym. But yeah, I started at the very bottom. I'd been lifting for years before that, but I started at the very beginning. I started very little to no weight on different movements because I wanted to build that foundation. I wanted to learn the techniques. So these are all just tips coming from my personal experience. If you're an experienced CrossFit coach and you disagree or this and that, these are coming from a person who has just done CrossFit because they wanted to, and these are my biggest tips I can give to someone new starting CrossFit. This is more of like a client, customer, just gym goer perspective rather than from like a coach's perspective. So my next biggest tip is gonna be get yourself some flat shoes. You absolutely need flat shoes. I'm gonna throw a few options up on here and probably in the link also. Nike Metcons, Nanos. You could even lift in bands. You want a flat pair of shoes because as you can tell, all these flooring mats, it's all just flat, but you're gonna be doing a lot of movements where you're gonna want a stable surface to plant your feet, whether it's front squats, back squats, whether it's burpees, that sort of thing. You want just a flat shoe. You don't want anything like squishy and moving around like a Nike or like a crazy running shoe. You definitely want flat shoes. That's what I've noticed that made a huge difference. I was a lot more stable. I can almost like feel the ground a bit more. So I just think that's one of the biggest keys that's gonna make your life a lot easier. You're gonna be able to move through everything pretty well. You're gonna have that stability. You're gonna have everything that you need to move through those movements and feel comfortable, stable, and sturdy because you use your feet a lot in CrossFit and it's almost like a full body workout every workout. So get yourself some flat shoes. Thank me later. All right guys, the next biggest piece that you need to know is plan. So my gym posts the workout the night before, so I go ahead and plan my day by looking at the workout the night before, knowing if I need to get in 30 to 15 minutes early to warm up, stretch, that sort of thing, especially if I'm feeling sore. And then when I come into the gym, the workout is up on TV screens like that. So knowing what the workout is, knowing what muscle groups you're gonna hit, that sort of thing is gonna help out a ton, because you can get mentally ready. You can start stretching, that sort of thing, and you can prep. You can either look up YouTube videos on how-tos, tips for certain workouts, tips for certain movements, and then come in, ask your coach some questions before the workout, maybe do some practice on your own, that sort of thing. And I feel like it just really helps me get a better workout that way, knowing what I'm gonna do, mentally preparing for it. And if there's anything I need cues on or help on, I ask a coach or I ask someone in here that's proficient at the movement, and that always helps out. So prepare the night before or the morning of, a few hours ahead, just so you have an idea of what's going on, of what you need to do. And that'll help you guys out a ton. That way you don't come in here, you're like, what the heck, I've never even seen this thing in my entire life. I don't even know what it looks like or feels like or how I should do it. This way you just have like a mental picture of what you're gonna be doing the next day. I just find that it really helps out a ton, especially when you're beginning and you're starting. It also takes that intimidation factor and that kind of like the anxiousness of, oh, what are we gonna do tomorrow? Is it gonna be something crazy that I can or can't do? It takes that away, so this will help out a ton. All right, guys, as you saw there's tons of equipment, there's tons of moving pieces that go on in CrossFit. So the next biggest piece and last and final piece is going to be prioritize moving well, technique and form all the way, hands down. Drop your ego. Don't come in here and try to lift something super heavy that you can't even move well through with like 15 pounds on the bar. Drop your ego, use the bar if you have to, use very little to no weight. Prioritize that movement, make sure you know how it feels, how it's supposed to feel in the starting position, mid position, bottom, and how it should look and feel from start to finish, basically. And the more you do that with these certain movements, the better you're gonna move, the more efficient you're gonna be during workouts at whatever weight, and also the more weight that you're gonna be able to do whenever you're going for those strength workouts or PRs, that sort of thing. So prioritize that, man. That's what I did when I first started, and I'm giving that to you. You can ask all these coaches in here. I knew that I could front squat, I knew that I could bench press and all these other lifts, and I was pretty strong at them, but CrossFit kind of teaches them a certain way or different way. Let's say like an overhead squat or snatch and all that. I went very little to no weight. I did tempo reps, I did paused reps, I did very little weight. I wanted to know how my knees should be coming up on a deadlift, how my shoulders, scaps, lats, traps should feel on an overhead squat or snatch. That's what I did for like literally 2-3 months. Very little to no weight. Prioritize the moving, the technique and everything. And I'm not saying that I have the best form or technique still, because that's something I pride myself on and that I really try to emphasize and work on, is form all the time, even till this day. Form over everything. And that's what I did, and that's helped me out a ton. And then later in a few months, I started adding weight. I felt more comfortable. I was confident in myself, knowing that I was moving well and that I was doing the movement correctly, and I could add weight. It helps you out in the long term, man. So prioritize moving, prioritize their form, prioritize your technique, man, because it is so crucial, especially here in the CrossFit gym. And there's no better feeling than getting a PR, and then you look back at like a little iPhone video, Instagram video, and your form is on point, it looks beautiful, and you just put up mad weight. So highly encourage you to take that tip. Don't take it lightly, prioritize it. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed CrossFit beginner tips, top 5 things you need to know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are feeling stuck or unmotivated with your training and nutrition, let me help you find that excitement, that fun. Let me help you get stoked on it. Apply for one-on-one coaching. The link is in the description. I'd love to help you out. I'd love to get you fired up, get ready for the summer, have fun with your training and nutrition. Look good, feel good, perform good. Apply, link is in the description. For any supplements, go to oneupnutrition.com, code SHOTSG. You'll get 20% off on top of whatever deal they got going on. So it saves you some money, it helps me grow. Don't forget to leave this video a like, comment, turn on notifications, man. Go over to Instagram, follow me there, shots_G. Let me know you came from here, man. So pumped you guys are on this journey with me. 2 new videos every week, so make sure to tune in. Breakfast Club CTG, we out to speed.